Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
Welcome to Beyond the Badge, a program about the inner workings of the Edina Police and Fire Departments. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sergeant Brian Hubbard. One of Edina's firefighter paramedics is going to make history and become the first full-time administrator for Minnesota's emergency rescue team. This training is an example of the type of work Pete Fisher will be responsible for as Minnesota Task Force 1's new administrator. This joint task force is specially trained and equipped to handle trench, confined space, rope, and structural collapse rescues. Fisher's role will be to oversee the day-to-day operations, training, and record-keeping for the group, which includes more than 200 firefighters, police officers, and medical personnel from Edina, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rochester, and Dakota County.
It'll be different. 24-hour shifts for 15 years, and this will be a 40-hour work week. So that'll be a little bit of a change. I'm looking forward to the challenge. It'll be during my day. There'll be a lot of travel to the other agencies, so I'll be working with a lot of people and traveling around. So it'll just be new challenges, a little bit different, but I'm excited to get started.
Fisher is committed to serving on the task force for 3 years. Prior to this new position, he has been with Edina Fire Rescue and Building Inspections for 15 years. He will remain working in Edina, but won't be on a regular firefighting shift while serving in his new role. The City of Edina plans to hire a new person to fill his shift position. According to the Minnesota Crisis Intervention Team Officers Association, more than 50% of people in Minnesota's jails have some sort of mental illness at any given time. This has inadvertently led to law enforcement officers becoming the front line of our country's mental health system.
Because I can't, I gotta miss, I'm gonna miss it, and you have to take it at a certain time or else it's no good.
A person experiencing a mental health crisis presents one of the most intricate, dangerous, and unstable conditions a police officer may encounter. That's why members of Edina's Crisis Intervention Team officers undergo this peer-taught training.
The information is huge. There's all the tools that we use throughout the day, but regardless of what we go to as police officers, we're constantly communicating with people and we're constantly talking with people. And with this training, again, it's designed to help recognize certain situations that you're going to have to deal with as a police officer and how to deal with those. But if nothing else, it teaches you other lines of communication and other ways that you can speak to somebody who's in kind of a crisis mode.
The week-long instruction includes site visits to mental health hospitals, extensive role play with professional actors, discussions on topics ranging from psychotic, mood, and cognitive disorders to suicide assessment, PTSD, and suicide by cop. Trainers emphasize the need to de-escalate a situation verbally before any physical contact is made.
Besides learning about mental health issues and having compassion and empathy for them, they're also learning to slow down and take a little more time and not kind of go into the usual police training, which is, kind of more of the do as I say command approach.
At the end of the 40-hour training, officers receive a certificate stating they are crisis intervention officers. During the winter, the Edina Public Works Department is busy plowing streets and making large piles of snow. Although these piles seem like a prime spot to build a snow fort, they can wind up being the most dangerous.
Dangerous cold, so you be sure to talk with your parents about it.
Edina's Public Works staff gave several presentations to children at Creek Valley and Concord Elementary Schools about the dangers of playing in these piles, including the fact that many children underestimate the weight of snow. No matter how well built a snow fort appears, snow collapses happen and can bury children underneath the pile, leaving them unable to call for help and even suffocating them. The two also pointed out that plow drivers are not able to easily spot someone near their truck, if at all.
When we're out plowing, those drivers cannot see the opening to these snow forts. Parents should always be aware where their kids are, certainly if they're down at the road, whether they're building a snow fort or just sliding. We have kids that slide down into the roads just because they want to hit that bank on the road, but obviously they can't stop.
If you have children who want to build snow forts, the safest solution is to build them in your backyard and as far away from a street as possible. Additionally, you'll want to make sure your children don't build any tunnels or roofs that could fall on them. The Edina Police Department recently received a heartfelt gift from a thoughtful girl and her family.
Police, oh, look at that. Thank you. Can I hold your hand? Just like in the picture? There we go, thank you.
5-year-old Hannah Erickson of West Bloomington stopped by the department to drop off gift bags for police officers thanking them for their service. More than a dozen officers, including Chief Nelson, gathered in City Hall to greet the family and thank them for their kindness. Hannah's mother said Hannah made the gifts because she was thankful the officers caught bad guys and kept the community safe. On behalf of the City of Edina's public safety team, thanks for tuning in to learn a little bit more of what goes on beyond the badge. Until next time, stay safe.